Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on XRP. We're going to do a full update. We have to make a full update because we yesterday after I made the video and what we said in the video, it was basically like I think the title was something like "Last Chance for XRP." Because what we did is we were getting into, or we were putting back into this support level right here around 2.15, right? So there you have a fair value gap, which we beautifully filled right here, but you also had some other key support levels. So what we said is that, you know, we actually had a lot of strength, mainly Tuesday, Wednesday for XRP. And the only way we can still get into that 90-day rolling VWAP, we're getting right into this analysis, hopefully you don't mind. But the only way to still rally up higher is if we actually are able to hold this level. And as you can see right here, it was supported a little bit by the news that XRP futures would come to CME, which I think is good news overall, also for XRP traders, especially for XRP traders, I think. But so that good news in combination with some more Bitcoin strength, which yesterday over the course of today had a slow grind up, was good enough to actually hold that level. And you can see so far also after pulling back and the US markets closing and just in general some more peace returning to the markets, you can also see XRP has been able to hold that main support level around 2.17 cents. However, I'm not certain yet whether we can actually get that move into 2.4, and that's for multiple reasons. And the first, or at least the main reason being that, all right, well, this morning we're getting a little bit of leverage into the price of XRP, but the last time we had some leverage coming in was like Tuesday the 22nd of April, and I've analyzed XRP daily for the last 6 months at least, but probably even longer. I mean, I've kept my eyes on it for years, almost every day. And if there's one thing that's certain about XRP is that every major rally, including the last time we actually rallied into 2.4, what you can see is that there's always some leverage coming in as well. It's usually a good mix of leverage and spot volume coming in. And at this point of time, the spot volume for XRP is going down. It's down about 10% in the last 24 hours. Yes, there's leverage coming in this morning, but that's very early, right? I wouldn't necessarily call that enough momentum to push up. So therefore, I just don't see enough momentum for XRP on its own to push up here. And that is a problem, all right? Because if XRP relies on Bitcoin, there's no guarantees, all right? I still think, or at least I think Bitcoin looks a little bit more likely to push up higher. So therefore, I'm also still slightly bullish on XRP right here. I also have to be, because obviously the technicals so far, or the technicals after the big move we had yesterday, are still bullish. We've been able to, on the higher time frames as well, we've been able to bounce from a very strong support level, and from that support level we've had another bullish reclaim by reclaiming that level around 2.15. So I am leaning bullish on XRP. But there's a good chance, especially with today being Friday, which is usually very volatile and can also be a day of reversals. I would not buy XRP. There's not enough reasons for me to buy XRP, and if you want to buy XRP, I would say it's better to buy Bitcoin, all right? Because XRP on its own at this point of time doesn't have that momentum, even though we got that good news. So I think it's most likely XRP will push up here, all right? So that we can target 2.28, 2.3 again. But the only way I see us getting up to 2.4 is either with some very good news, that's a possibility, or if we actually do see a change over the course of today, that we do see some more sustainable leverage coming in, all right? And then we can move into 2.35, 2.4, where we have that major point of control. So it is a possibility, but for now, short term, I'd say it's most likely we're going to do this. And keep your eyes on Bitcoin, and then especially that level right here at 92,700. Break below that, and break below that with volume, and that's bad news, all right? And then XRP can easily fall back down into 2.05 due to the correlation. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for today. If you do have any questions, of course, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care, and bye.